post-secondary experiences and jobs.
That's awesome.
They unfortunately had a lot of time at the hospital last week, but as part of going to lunch and all that stuff, they had I think it was a Golden Eagle ceremony down there in their cafeteria where at-risk youth, in a similar way, an internship type program that Hammett runs, UPMC, and they had their graduation ceremony, and there were a lot of student workers now, not interns, workers, going around and pushing people around and doing what they were trained to do. And it's they do a great job there with this, and the search program coming up. A lot of people knew about it, you know, when I asked them about it. I think I saw the room. Is it under construction now?
It is. It's right near the cafeteria,
Yes.
right beside the chapel.
Yeah, right across the road there. So there's a lot of stuff going on there, and Mrs. Hershey could be a great addition
I
to
agree.
that. You know, run it. It's an exciting program.
Eagles Nest.
Eagle's Nest, thank you. Yeah.
She actually forwarded to the Ed Center the last batch of oatmeal raisin cookies that were baked out of the house. We went through them pretty aggressively.
Were they pretzels?
No, we want cookies on that. Warm cookies.
Were they 80% brand?
I was just going to say, they're going to be 100% grain or something, you know.
Oh, they were awesome.
Jeez.
That was great.
No sugar.
All right. Does anyone from the public have any comments on the Instruction and Student Services Committee? Okay. Adjourn the committee.
Thank you, Mr. Osborne. Mr. Pike or Mr. Fusco, would you like to take personnel policy in Ms. McClintock's absence? Either one.
Okay, I'll volunteer.
Okay.
Since you're going to be
Since you're leaving us.
There you go.
That's right. Someone do this?
I'm here to help.
Oh, good.
Would you like me to lead in?
Why don't you start getting warmed up?
So we have, and I'm not using the microphone because Aaron was really sick and I only have so much hand sanitizer sitting next to me. And I sorry, Ed, I still have to bring it.
Stay away from me.
I will talk loudly. 15.01 is rounding out the audit by PSBA of our 800s. It is the approval of 801 public records, 805.1 relations with law enforcement agencies, 806 child abuse, 808 food service, and it is the deletion of policies 808.1 student meal charge accounts. The reason that is deleted is that piece of it is now rolled into simply 808. And it is also the deletion of 807, opening exercises / flag displays, and 809 recycling programs. 15.02 is the approval of policies 810.1, drug and alcohol testing, covered drivers. It's the deletion of the former policy 810.1, transportation of children to daycare facilities, and 810.3, transportation employee drug alcohol testing, as well as policy 810, transportation, which is just of note to you that is on hold by PSBA. When they complete their draft of 810, transportation, they will send it to us. 15.03 is the approval of policy 822, the automated external defibrillator, AED, cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR, as well as the approval of the deletion, of policy 825, which is state mandate waivers.
I have a question.
Yes.
Going back to this point one.
Yes.
It's policy 807, opening exercises, flag display being deleted. What is
The reason for that? When that was reviewed by our solicitor, it is a policy that is not required. It is one that we had, and it was not one that was required for us to have, so the record.
But we're still reciting the pledge.
Yes.
Doing it every day.
Yes, it does not mean that.
I saw that and went, whoa.
It's one of those policies, you know, we don't have to have a policy for every law in the world. So it's in the law, and so why do we need a policy? You follow the law.
Okay.
Hey, quick question on the AEDs. The are the units that we have right now, are those a couple of years old?
They're, I think the oldest one we have is 5 years old, and they are inspected twice a year.
So we have like an outside company that
Oh,
checks
yeah.
the batteries and stuff?
Yeah, that's state law.
Cool. And then they're probably, the 5-year one is probably on a schedule to get replaced in the near
As
future?
long as the batteries are, as long as the batteries and everything are operable, there's no reason to replace it unless the technology changes.
And one other question, do we have in every one of our buildings, allegedly?
Yep.
In the elementary schools, do we have pediatric pads for them, for little kids?
That I'd have to look at.
Okay, you know, because they make small ones and then they have adult size,
Yeah,
so
that one I would
if
have
we
to
don't, we
take a
want to make
look
sure
at.
that we have them for, in case we have a child that goes down.
And just so you know, the MEC is under a DNR for me, you know that.
Tom, as long as it's in the next 2 years, it's good. You know, don't
After
go
you do
beyond
your
that.
physical test.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes, in reference to, let me piggyback on Mr. Oxford's comment on the opening exercises slate displays. What is PSBA's recommendation? Why are we deleting something that is basic, the basic foundation of our country? What does PSBA recommend?
Well, you are the PSBA representative.
That is correct, Mr.
I thought it went, you are correct, sir.
Okay? I have great difficulty, and it is problematic right now that we are going through some major changes in our country, and through the recommendation of our solicitor, you're deleting something that is the foundation of our education in America.
That's not what I said. What I said was that it's in the school code, and we do follow it, and we obviously pledge. It's just, you don't need a policy for every law in the school code. And it's redundant. Otherwise, why don't we, if we're gonna adopt a policy for every law that's in the school code, let's just adopt the school code. And we'll identify it as every policy. Now, we'll have 2 big books, and we'll have every law in the school code as an individual policy. It's ridiculous. And so we're not saying that we're not gonna follow and be the fundamental. What I'm saying to you is that it's an unnecessary policy, because we do it as is, you're required to do it, let's delete it.
Okay, and you are making the recommendation, Mr. Sennett?
I believe I wrote an email to that effect.
Okay. And the board has to consider whether they want to approve or object to it. And that will be taken up at the board meeting.
That's correct, yes.
Would it be possible for the SBA representative to find the official reasoning?
And I'll just point you to the section of the school code. It is section 771 of the Pennsylvania Public School Code, the display of the United States flag and development of patriotism. I mean, actually, that section of the code is more elaborate than your policy. So I would say you stick with the code and not adopt the policy.
Okay. Good job, Mr. Pike.
Excellent job.
Yeah, very good, man.
Now that we've concluded that,
I just have one informational item. The 900s have come back. Obviously, when they arrived, it was not in time to have them prepared for this meeting. So in August, we will be doing the 900s, which will finish off the audit.
Okay, committee, you're happy, Mr. Pike?
very satisfied, thank you.
And again, it's going to be